There have been 7 X-Men movies, and a lot of those characters were done really horribly, so let's discuss the top 10 misused characters in the X-Men movies. Welcome to I'm Your Target Demographic. My name is Adam Ryan Daniels, and today we're covering the characters that appeared in X-Men movies, but they were done horribly. So I'm only going to pick 10, and I know there's a lot that people might want to talk about, but let's start off with number 10. His name is the Juggernaut. In the comics, he is a beast. He destroys everything. He's unstoppable. In the movie, he was kind of an idiot and not that powerful at all. Never got to really see him do anything. Horribly misused. Number 9. Also appearing in X-Men 3, same as Juggernaut, was Multiple Man, played by Eric Dane, who has since become known as McSteamy in Grey's Anatomy. Not that I would know that. Okay, you caught me. So Multiple Man has the ability to turn himself into multiple copies of himself, and so this could be super cool. There could be a fight scene with like 8 of him, like teaming up on people. Could be amazing. In the movie, though, horribly misused. He served as a decoy for one scene, never got a single battle. Not ideal, horribly misused. Number 8. Darwin. Darwin appeared in First Class. Basically, his ability is to adjust to whatever's going to harm him, and he can evolve to survive it. Kind of a cool idea, but killed super early in the movie, never really got to do anything cool, really useless, just served as a character to kill off to show how powerful the villain was. 7. The only character on this list from Days of Future Past is Warpath. Now, other heroes in the future like Blink and Bishop, they get a lot of action, but Warpath doesn't. You never really get a sense of what his abilities are. In the comics, he is a monster. He's super strong, he's able to do a lot. Amazing. And in the movie, you just don't really get that. So if they're going to go back to any character and give them more attention, Warpath is one that they should really consider. 6. Rogue. Now, Rogue was in all the X-Men movies, basically, except for the Wolverine prequels and whatever. But she was never the Rogue that we wanted her to be. Really, everything about Rogue in the movies was survival, right? She would take someone's power in order to live, usually Wolverine's power, but she never really did anything cool. In the comics, Rogue could take multiple powers, she could use them, but we never saw that. I mean, how awesome would it be to see her take Cyclops' beams and then take Angel's wings and just like fly around and shoot stuff? Like, super cool. Never went there, and a total misuse of Rogue. Number 5, my boy, Colossus. Colossus appeared in X-Men 2 and 3 and Days of Future Past, and still never got a decent fight scene. Colossus is made of metal. He can sustain anything. He's super strong. Him and Juggernaut are arch enemies, and they're supposed to have this battle. And it never happened. X-Men 3 happened, Juggernaut was there, Colossus was there, but for some reason, why did they never fight? Colossus was horribly misused, never really showed off what he could do. Even in Days of Future Past, where it was basically all he had was fight scenes, he still was just destroyed each time. Major disappointment. Number 4, the Phoenix. Now, Jean Grey was in a lot of the movies, major player, but in X-Men 3, they tried to give us the Phoenix. And the movie was so cluttered with the Phoenix and this other storyline about Magneto and the Cure and all this other stuff happening that she kind of became a background thing. That she got a few scenes, but the story wasn't really about her. The story was about Magneto pulling the strings. So she was never the world-destroying power that the Phoenix should be. So major disappointment. Never really sensed that that story was that important. You didn't feel like she was able to like be that powerful. I give him an A for effort for trying, but did not really come across the way the fans wanted. And number 3, Angel. Now, Angel only appeared in X3 The Last Stand. I didn't mind Ben Foster. I thought he was a really good Warren Worthington. But Angel never really became a hero. The only thing he really did towards the end was he swooped in, saved his dad or whatever. Not nearly as cool as Angel in the comics. Nonetheless, when Angel becomes Archangel and is completely amazing, so it's hard to imagine how cool Angel could be when all we got was this. So again, a lot of potential. I'm hoping something might happen with X-Men Apocalypse, since Archangel is so tied to Apocalypse. But with the timelines, I don't know if that would work out. I'd love to see Ben Foster come back, but again, I doubt we'll see that. Number 2, Deadpool. Deadpool appears in Wolverine Origins. Ryan Reynolds plays him. He's a kind of sharp-witted, charismatic swordsman, gunman, super deadly. He has a healing factor similar to Wolverine. And it started off really well. You kind of buy it. You're like, man, Ryan Reynolds is a perfect Deadpool. But then they make the choice to sew his mouth shut, basically shave his head, like turn him into like something weird. And you take away Deadpool's ability to talk, and you really take away everything that makes him cool. So super weird choice. So people are arguing for Ryan Reynolds to come back and do a real Deadpool movie. You probably have to be rated R. But in Wolverine Origins, we didn't really get the Deadpool. We saw the tip of what it could be, and then they made horrible, horrible decisions and ruined everything about him. So a horrible, horrible misuse. And then number 1, out of all the X-Men movies, the one who got the short end of the stick, Cyclops. Now, Cyclops was in the movies, but he was never the Cyclops that we deserved. Cyclops is the leader of the X-Men. He's a badass. He charges forward. He's a born leader. But in the X-Men movies, all we get is, oh, Jean, I love you, Jean. Like, never really takes charge of the team and shows off his tactician skills. So I'm disappointed. I would love for them to go back in maybe X-Men Apocalypse, show Cyclops as a younger self learning to be a leader and show him be awesome. And James Marsden, I don't blame him at all. I blame the writing, that they didn't give him anything to do other than serve as the thing that stopped Wolverine from getting to Jean Grey. That was his only point, his only purpose. So, those are 10 characters horribly misused. To read more, head over to imyourtargetdemographic.com. Subscribe, like, whatever. Comment if there's other characters you think were misused, aka Gambit should have made the list. And thanks for watching.